Welcome once again to the Shiny-Headed Historian. Today we're going to take a closer look at two events that were mentioned in a previous episode. Those are the occupation of Alcatraz Island in 1969 and the Wounded Knee incident in 1973. Both of these events were acts of resistance by Native American communities against the government's policies of forced assimilation and the violation of their rights. These events are important to understand as they showcase the determination and resilience of Native American communities in the face of oppression and injustice. The occupation of Alcatraz Island began on November 20th, 1969, when a group of Native Americans led by a group called Indians of All Tribes occupied the island. They claimed the island under an 1868 treaty, which stated that any unused federal land would be returned to the Native American tribes. The occupiers demanded that the island be used as a cultural center and a university for Native American studies. They also demanded the release of political prisoners, the restoration of tribal lands, and the return of Indian children taken away from their families. The occupation lasted for 19 months and was met with resistance from the government. The occupiers faced harassment, violence, and arrests from the FBI and other law enforcement agencies. Despite this, they managed to hold on to the island for almost 2 years, and the occupation brought national attention to the issues faced by Native American communities, including the forced assimilation policies, the violation of treaty rights, and the lack of education and economic opportunities. The Wounded Knee incident occurred 4 years later, in 1973, on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. Members of the American Indian Movement, or AIM, occupied the town of Wounded Knee, taking hostages and demanding the government to investigate the treatment of the Oglala Sioux tribe, pardon me if I've mispronounced that, by the federal government and the Bureau of Indian Affairs. The occupation lasted for 71 days and ended with a violent confrontation between the occupiers and the FBI. The Wounded Knee incident was a significant event in the history of Native American resistance. It brought national attention to the issues faced by the Oglala Sioux tribe, including treaty rights violations, police brutality, and economic and social injustice. The occupation also highlighted the ongoing struggle of Native American communities for self-determination and sovereignty. The events at Alcatraz Island and Wounded Knee demonstrate the determination and resilience of the Native American communities in the face of oppression and injustice. That's all for today's episode of the Shiny-Headed Historian. We hope you learned something new and meaningful about the occupation of Alcatraz Island in 1969 and the Wounded Knee incident in 1973. These events are important to understand as they showcase the determination and resilience of Native American communities in the face of oppression and injustice. Join us next time as we dive into another interesting topic in history. Thank you for listening.